So listen, y'all, we're gonna talk about communication, but this is the thing, this part 2 of the series, from a relationship to a marriage. And so, without communication, marriage really can crumble. So like the top 2 things that they say, disconnect marriages is communication and money. And we're gonna get on money, maybe part 3 or part 4. But one thing about communication, Sophia, is that it's 2 parts to communication.
Yeah.
In this world, we fail in our early years because we only thought communication. But it's somebody that's verbal, and then it's somebody that's an active listener.
Yeah.
So
We never heard about the when we hear about communication, we never heard about the active listening part.
Oh no.
When you hear about communication, you always think or assume it's like, let me just tell this person what I'm feeling, what I'm going through, or how my day was.
Yeah.
But we never get on the person that's receiving that information,
No.
And a lot of times when you used to tell me things, back in the day. I would find myself listening from a prideful ear. I would close my earplugs,
Oh, yeah. For real. But you didn't mean to. I think it's just like, because we don't think that listening is so powerful. Because when you actively listen, you can really tap into their emotions. Like, if this really is hurting that person, is this situation, am I really being mindful of the things that I'm doing to this person? And you can catch it when you listening. But if it's somebody that's talking, the other person not listening, that communication is dead. Their problem won't be solved completely. They may agree, but they won't comprehend the in-depth of that problem.
Yeah, and the conversation would just be irrelevant.
Oh, yeah.
And, the Bible in James 1:19, it says that to be quick to listen and slow to speak. And a lot of times when someone's talking, we be quick to speak and slow to listen. We do the back, we reverse it.
Yeah.
So it's very important, when a person is talking, we have to listen, listen to what they're saying, because when you're listening, you bring value to that conversation.
Yeah. But like, I love it because I used to talk, right? And it is good though, but
talk a lot.
We think, but it's good because I love your conversation, I love your voice. The thing about it is, I think a few times, a couple times, a lot of times, you be zoned out, and this don't even have nothing to do with argument. You could just be telling me something that you're interested in, and if I would have taken out the time to like really listen, like, wow, this is something that really brings joy to you, and instead of me just sitting listening, I'll engage you just to draw out more of what are you so fascinated about, this issue.
It's so easy to get engaged in your own thoughts when someone else is talking. They just be telling a great story or whatever, and you just over here thinking about La La Land, and you miss half of that conversation. Man. And sometimes you be afraid to be like, what was that? Can you repeat that?
Yeah.
So you just gotta be real and be like, hey, I'm sorry, I missed that. Can you repeat that? Just to show that you are engaging in that conversation, because sometimes when you may be over here and that person talking, sometimes people will notice that. And they be like, this person ain't listening to me and I'm over here talking. So.
I'm telling you, and if you don't like really engage, man, and listen, you'll miss out on a lot. And I'm talking about even the growth of that person. I'm talking about the emotions of that person, and because you were given to me to build me, and I was given to you to build you. And if we have that active listening in the art of communication, man, it'll be easier for us to grow together.
Yeah. I was thinking about something.
What's that?
I saw this video the other day, and the lady, she was telling her husband for like a whole week, oh, my mom be here next week, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. He's like, okay, and so every day they kept doing the same thing until that day came. And she was like, okay, did you book the reservations for my mom? What reservation? You know, he was like, I didn't know she was coming. So she got mad, and he was like, well, what's she coming for? For your funeral. That's what she said. So I thought that was funny. So, you know, again, it's very important to pay attention, because someone could be telling you some great information, like, hey, we're about to come into some money, and or we have this bill to pay, and that day come, you like, hold on, what happened? We had so much money in here, now this much is gone. And you know, you're like, hey, I told you we had to pay that bill. You know, so
it's important. So look, Sophia, what are you think like some do's to do to be an active listener? What are some things you think like
I think one is to be patient. Going back to the Bible when it says, be slow to speak. Because you don't want to jump ahead of yourself. You know, you don't want to be assuming that this person may be saying this and they're actually not. So just be patient and hold your peace and wait to speak until that person is done. You can even ask, are you done? You know, before you begin to say what you have to say, you know. And I think being patient is one of them.
Man, you know, when because it goes along the line of being patient, like engaging. Like sometimes it's like, say it's your time to take the floor. You own this communication. You own this conversation. So instead of me trying to butt in and try to give my opinions, you know, engaging you like, wow, and ask more questions, you know, to say like, so what make you interested in it, and you know, and just to be more verbal with the question asking to draw out, you know, what are you so excited about within this conversation or engage in this conversation, you know, because sometimes we'll engage, and sometimes every conversation is not for you to voice your opinion. Some conversation you're just there to be a listener. And sometimes we be quick to say, let me see what I can say to give advice, you know.
I learned, you know, every time somebody call you, it's not for you to go say, well, you need to do this and you need to do that. They just need someone to listen to, you know, because they can be hurting at that moment, you know. And you know, if they need advice, they'll tell you, you know, what should I do? What do you think about that? What do you think is one of the do's or don'ts?
I'm gonna say a don't, right? It's like don't be judgmental. You know, when you conversating, and you know, if your spouse come to you and your spouse even wants your opinion on something, or your spouse just want to tell you about their day, don't just be judgmental and redirect it in a negative way. And they probably, I shouldn't have never told them. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes we are called to sympathize with each other. You know, we are called to massage each other emotions. And sometimes especially men have this problem where we think we should be dominant and we know everything. And sometimes when we step back, we'll realize how brilliant women are. You know what I'm saying? And so it's not always quick to be judgmental and have a negative connotation on conversations, you know.
That's true.
What are some don'ts you think?
I would probably say I do.
Okay, give me a do.
Seek for when you are listening to the person, seek for an understanding. You know, try to understand what they're saying to you. You know, a lot of times we can be just and not understanding what they are actually telling us. You know, and we're just going along with the flow. You know, and I think that is not really honesty or integrity in a conversation, you know, even though they may not see you or know what you're doing, like I'm just going along with the flow. I just think you just have to show integrity for yourself in a conversation, and so seek for an understanding, because you never know in that moment, although they may not ask for advice, but you never know that you may have that solution to their problem, and when it is time to give it to them, you know, when it's, you know, you can give it to them when it's that time.
So you say seek for understanding, like, so don't seek to reply.
Come on, man. We be quick to reply.
See how we catch each other? Man, wow. But that's the essence of what we just want to bring y'all. Like I'm telling y'all, you know, going from a relationship to a marriage, communication is so vital. I'm talking so vital. So vital, like our daughter just bust in while we record. So vital. right now. But it's but it's so important, y'all. I'm telling y'all, you got it. It has to be two parts to a conversation, to communication, right? The listening part and the verbal part.
Also, with that, when we're just talking about seek for an understanding,
yeah.
Also, you want to love them enough to listen, so that all ties in together. Hallelujah. When I was talking about integrity, you know.
Yeah, for real.
So you just love them, you know.
Yeah. Say so. Hold on. Explain it right quick before we go. Like, okay, you love when I bring you a conversation. You love me enough to really listen, really comprehend.
Oh yeah, because you may be busy over here in your thoughts.
Yeah.
And you may have something that you have to get off your chest, whether good, need to speak to me about, whether an great idea you may have, whatever. So I have to learn to disengage my thoughts.
Yeah.
To hear you out, and then seek what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
So I can have that understanding, you're not just. I have to value your conversation. In other words, like you're not just talking just to be talking.
Yeah. Yeah. That's good. Communication.